Previously on The Sims 4 Big Brother. After seeing her boyfriend walk out the front door, Angela was determined to win head of household. She promised all the girls to keep them safe, but Angela was not the only one with the girls in mind. Mark cannot keep his hands to himself, and him and Zoe head into the bedroom to go for round 2, even if it's to Bob's discomfort. A new love triangle began to form, this time between Dina, Rashida, and Kaori. After nominating Rohan and Mark, the house guests picked players to play in the Power Veto competition. For the competition, our house guests were sent back to Big Brother's gym, where they had to climb their way to victory on the rock climbing wall. With only seconds to spare, Knox won the Power of Veto. At the veto meeting, even though Rohan was the one that chose Knox to play in the Power of Veto, he decided to use his veto on Mark. Vanessa was named as the replacement nominee for the second week in a row, leaving Vanessa and Rohan up on the block facing eviction. But tonight, one of them will be sent home. Who will the house guests vote for? Find out now on Season 2 of Sims 4 Big Brother! Welcome back, all my beanie weenies. As we can see in the house, Angela is really feeling herself following that veto ceremony. She's not only cleaning, but she's kind of standing on the table to assert her dominance over everyone else. Meanwhile, most of the house guests are still inside the living room. As tension builds more and more every day, we see that our Sims are not really seeing eye to eye with one another. For example, we have Cassandra and Akira having a little bit of an argument right now. But tension can turn into something else in the house as well. As we see, I think that little tiff kind of started a little bit of something else. And it soon turns into flirting, and I was pretty surprised to see how much Cassandra liked it. Meanwhile, upstairs in the HOH room, we see that Angela is enjoying some privacy while she looks on at everyone else on the TV screen. And while Angela might be calling it an early night and going to bed, most of our house guests are still pretty active. We see Akira and Kaori are playing a game of ping pong in the backyard, and I'm trying to keep my eyes out for Akira. I feel like he's kind of flirting with everyone, especially now that his little showmance with Zoe. She's kind of leaning more towards being with Mark instead of him, so now I feel like he's kind of scrambling, looking for a new love interest. And speaking about Mark and Zoe, the two of them are actually going pretty well. I'm not going to say they've moved on from the intimate side of their relationship, but they've definitely started to actually talk to one another and build more of a secure bond.
Lord Plash. Miudo. Bob na churf.
And even though some of our house guests are just hanging out, having a good time in the arcade or in the backyard, building skills and relationships here and there, it's not all about love for everyone. But I gotta say, for at least half the house, it is about love right now. Love and showmances are kind of dominating the game. In the gym, we see that Rashida and Dina are still flirting with one another, but it hasn't really gone anywhere. And I wouldn't necessarily say that's because Kaori has also been in the mix with these two, but it might be getting in the way of, two of them getting really close and actually connecting. But I feel like if any of them are going to, it's going to be these two right here. They are constantly flirting with one another, and I don't really see Dina having any eyes for anyone else apart from maybe the treadmill and some more workout equipment. But once again, that tension really is building in the house. Everyone seems to be slowly getting into a bad mood. We see Cassandra was a little bit unhappy after listening into conversations in the bathroom. Meanwhile, our HOH Angela seems to not be too pleased after waking up from her nap to see everyone is still game playing and gossiping downstairs while she was trying to relax. But again, she's not the only one pissed off. We see Diego is upset and is now kind of getting into an argument with Mark. And we see Zoe is beginning to argue with Kaori. What is going on here?
Ribaza, Senzibi Jalurba, Rinka, Yakalo.
While Rashida tries to cool things off between Mark, Diego, and Angela, it doesn't really do a lot of help. I feel like this argument kind of stems from Diego somewhat betraying the boys' alliance and going to Angela trying to find safety, which she did grant. But we saw that Mark was not too happy about that decision. And now that Mark is off the block, Diego is off the block, and Angela can't be HOH next week, I feel like Mark definitely feels that freedom to really speak his mind, share his opinion, and let these people have it. I feel like it's definitely fair to say that Mark is going to be gunning for that HOH, and these two are probably going to be the ones he nominates. And I do think it's really cute that Zoe is constantly kind of hiding upstairs, taking care of this cute little hamster, and really distracting herself and staying out of conflict by explaining all of her moves and discussions and strategizing with this hamster instead of anyone else downstairs who could stab her in the back. But that being said, is it really good gameplay? No, not really. I feel like our HOH Angela is really starting to feel the pressure of next week and her not being able to compete in HOH. And I think she sees just how many enemies she's been making in the house. So as a quick bonding session, her and Rohan start playing some soccer inside. Meanwhile, things could definitely be going better in the storage room. We see that basically everything is beginning to break, including the main fridge for everyone, which is not good. There is one other fridge in the house, but it's locked up in the HOH room and only Angela can use it. I hope that one of our house guests is able to repair this, or else they could be in some big trouble. But of course, that isn't just it. We have our third fire now, and I think this is the second one that Diego is involved with. Of course, our grill is now erupting into flames. However, Zoe is the one this time to step up and put it out. However, this does not mean the food situation is going to get any better. So not only is the fridge broken, the coffee machine broken, but now the grill is broken too. How these house guests are going to be able to get food? That's a good question that I'm not too sure about. This is slowly turning into Survivor, Total Drama Island sort of vibes. But why don't we go ahead, wrap this day up, and let's move on to the eviction. I know it's what everyone's been waiting for. It's my favorite part of the series so far because, well, duh, it involves me, Sims Hot Dogs. But it also means that one of these losers is getting kicked out of the house. Now, I do want to take this time to remind you that this house is available on the Sims Gallery, and not only that, but an empty shell is available as well that you can decorate and make your own season of Big Brother. Just go to Hot Dogs Sims on the gallery and you can find this house and all of the Sims included. But with that, let's go on and get into this eviction. Now, Vanessa and Rohan, you have been nominated by Angela. All of our house guests will take turns one by one going into the diary room and voting for which one they want to evict. Because they are nominated, Vanessa and Rohan will not vote, and as HOH, Angela will only vote if it's a tie. And with that, why don't we get on to voting? So, Zoe, you are first up. Come on into the diary room. Let's look and see who you're closest to, and that will determine who you're going to vote for. And Zoe has voted for Vanessa. So that's 1 vote Vanessa, 0 Rohan. But it is now Rashida's turn to vote. Rashida, come on into the diary room. And Rashida has voted for Rohan, making this a 1-1 tie. Let's split that by having Bob come on in here and see who he votes for. And Bob has also voted for Rohan, making Rohan 2 to Vanessa's 1. Let's have Diego come on in and let's see who he votes for. And Diego has voted for Vanessa, bringing us back to a tie, this time 2-2. Let's go ahead and try to break that tie up by having Mark come on into the diary room. And Mark has voted for Rohan. Now Rohan is in the lead 3-2. Next up to vote is Dina. Now in the lead by 2 points, Dina has voted for Rohan, making it 4-2. Knox, it's your turn to vote. And Knox has given Vanessa another vote. However, Rohan is still in the lead 4-3. Cassandra, it is your turn to vote. And Cassandra has voted for Rohan, making it 5-3. If Rohan gets one more vote, he will be evicted. Let's see if he gets that vote from Akira, as Akira is next to the diary room.
Uh-huh. Huh.
And Akira puts that final nail in the coffin for Rohan, giving Rohan 6 votes, meaning he will be evicted tonight. However, let's see where this final vote lies, as Kaori comes into the diary room.
Oh.
Alright, with a fairly close vote, Kaori has voted one last time for Vanessa. However, we still have our decision already made, so let's go ahead and reveal it to the house guest. Alright, house guest, with a vote of 6-4, the next person evicted from the Big Brother house is Rohan. Rohan, you have been evicted. Please say your goodbyes and head out the front door. Alright, and before Rohan leaves, it looks as though he has one last word to say to Angela before he goes. Alright, and with that, Rohan is the 4th person to be evicted from the Big Brother house. What do you think about Rohan being evicted? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. And of course, if you want to continue Rohan's journey, you can actually download him on the Sims Gallery at Hot Dog Sims, and you can continue on living his best life in your own game. However, I'm not quite done. Even though we're going to have a whole new twist going into the house next week as our house guests enter level 4 of the competition, I have something for you. Even though we have a lot left of this series, I am still already thinking of the future and planning ahead. That being said, my next series is coming soon, and it involves you. Alright, so keep your eyes peeled as I have some more information coming your way. However, I thought I would give you guys a little bit of a teaser. Enjoy.